the best part of the whole thing.
A radically new drama has hit our screens. British TV has never dared to be so bold. Producer Tim Haynes had the idea for Primeval over 10 years ago when he made the groundbreaking Walking with Dinosaurs.
I've always thought, well, if we could bring these into drama, make them part of a story, make them perform a role, then there'll be lots of potential for them. So I was very excited about the idea of trying to move all this wonderful technology, this dramatic tool, into an ordinary TV drama.
So I knew that if I could come up with a story that would match those special effects, we'd have something really unique. We didn't want spooky old churches or ghostly houses and things. We wanted something that felt really, really modern. The idea we had from the very beginning was that we wanted people to feel that, having watched this program, they could go into their kitchen and find a dinosaur in their kitchen. You know, they actually would feel that close. Well, in a nutshell, local Professor Cutter, whose wife disappeared 8 years ago, discovered that not only that she might not be dead, but that she may have discovered the reason why certain creatures from the past are beginning to reappear in the present.
Hello, Nick. I see you got my message.
I think it is a classic love story in one way. It's about people who love each other and yet at the same time can't stand each other.
Wormholes, if you like, we call them anomalies. The little tiny rips in time have opened up in the worst possible places, and creatures from the past and the future have managed to break through and are on the rampage.
In the process of making this discovery, he gets together a loose kind of team of assistants and helpers, some of whom he wants, some of whom he doesn't quite want, but who get there anyway. And it's about a group of people who kind of find each other.
And a small team is trying to track down where these anomalies are opening and contain the creatures that are spilling out of them.
And every time there's an incident, they go along to try and tidy it up, cope with it, and learn from it. And that's sort of starting point for each episode.
Primeval has pushed small screen boundaries with its spectacular special effects.
This is an extremely complicated action drama to start off with. Then you add in the creatures.
But a show this big, when you've got 6 hours at least in production, you can't film that in one go.
It's a complicated thing for the directors and everyone to keep in their heads.
So you always have to break it up into chunks, and you need to film in 2 blocks, as we call it. So Cilla Ware directed the first 3 episodes, and Jamie Payne did the second 3.
Right.
So while, for instance, Cilla is now editing away her first 3 episodes, Jamie is only just filming his.
Cut there. Okay.
It's hard work. And 90% of the drama, despite having all these creatures in it, is about the convincing performance of the actors, the emotions that come across, the telling of the story. All these things have to happen on location. Shooting a backplate, you're not just trying to get it so that it's okay for the animal. You've got to make sure your actors are running in the right direction. You've got to make sure your effects are working with that. So it becomes many, many layers. So when the camera turns off at the end, that's only halfway through.
That's right.
The trouble with going on location, the difficulties, the challenges of going on location are that you can't always control it.
In choosing a director, we knew we'd never find someone with a lot of CG experience. We needed people who had a really good, solid track record. You're always looking for good directors, regardless of whether it's effects or anything.
I think that, I don't know why, because it's still there so near them that they'd still be watching it.
After a 9-week shoot, Scylla has another 9 weeks in the cutting room to add creatures. Jamie is shooting the most ambitious and complicated day in his schedule.
Right, you're in there. You further forward, please, okay? This is an amazing show to direct, but the thing is, it's a very ambitious show, and it's not just normal live action or not just normal action, it's CGI as well. So I've got 2 hours to shoot a whole big action sequence and the glass house sequence, so it's very tight.
This is the pressure of filming. Whenever you try and film interactive stuff with CGI or special effects, it takes forever.
And action!
We can't come out of this without the sequence, because we're building up to it, and this is the death of the first future Predator. So if it feels rushed or cold in any way, it's just not going to work for the series, so we have to do it in 2 hours.
Something like the greenhouse sequence is a critical part of the story, and it's a big payoff for a sequence, and the audience would know if they didn't get their exciting action climax, well, it's not going to be a very exciting show to watch.
We've got company!
I'm quietly concerned that we haven't got the time that we need. Okay, what are the smallest amount of shots that we need to kind of get out of it, and that's usually the work. The wall of glass creates an echolocating shield between you and it. Jamie is in full control, but unfortunately the schedule is very, very tight.
Filming, as anyone who's watched it knows, is like watching paint dry, and especially when you've got special effects. Every little special effect has to be set up. Every shot, you just find it's like wading through treacle. Everything takes so long.
As Jamie realised he wouldn't have time for the whole scene, he decided to film with the high-speed camera, as it is the most expensive.
It's a juggling, balancing act, which I suppose any directing job is, but this one is quite extreme. And because it's such a fresh series, there aren't many like it. It's a new kind of juggling act that we're all coming to terms with. So today was frustrating. We did get some good stuff, but we didn't complete the day.
Although the remainder of his schedule remains extremely tight, Jamie has a plan on how to complete the greenhouse scene.